Welcome back to PlayStation Corner. My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite deals across PSN stores coming in under $10 or your local currency, and here I cover the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. It's a real indie gold week this one though, with a few AAAs as well, but with that luck, hit subscribe, join our growing PlayStation family and let's get started. So before we do this, as always, I have a winner to announce for a $10 PSN gift card later in the video and one more to give away. All you need to do to enter, drop a comment down below and that winner, they'll be announced in next week's video. This week as well, lots of new low prices, so let's get a couple of, prices we've seen before out the way first and then we'll move on to the good stuff. So first up, Injustice 2, it's back, matching the low at 75% off, and this is just a fantastic one-on-one fighter. Based within the DC universe, it's got a hell of a cast though, and it's created by the team behind Mortal Kombat, that is NetherRealm, and that is instantly recognizable in the controls of the game. This is a team that just knows the genre, and they deliver another great experience that features a story set around basically Earth being threatened, and then it supports, of course, local and online play, and it's just really good stuff. My go-to character, Deadshot, pretty OP. The only other match this week then is What Remains of Edith Finch, and this game is a masterpiece. It very much belongs to the adventure walking sim genre, so it's not going to be for everyone, but the story, the atmosphere, it's just incredible, and this is a steal at 70% off. The story, you're returning home and you're exploring this house, trying to understand why you are the last in the family alive. You'll jump between family members though, experiencing their last moments, and as usual, this is just Annapurna Interactive delivering us gold. Alright, so the majority of today's list then it's going to be all-time new low prices, and we're starting with Axiom Verge. There's a sequel coming up which I can't wait for, and what it has no announced release date yet, it looks like it could be soon, as IGN, they dropped a video titled The Final Preview, so I think they may have kind of slipped up there. An incredible Metroidvania though, and you awake on a mysterious alien planet after an experiment goes wrong, and you need to basically get out there and survive. The pixel work, the music, the pacing of the entire game is near perfect, and this is for sure a personal favourite, and it's a must buy at 65% off. Alright, so let's do three more, let's say, controversial picks here that are no doubt loved by some and then less than loved by others. First though, Shenmue 3 Digital Deluxe Edition, and this is a game I waited a long time for. Not only did I grow up, on the original two masterpieces on my Dreamcast, but I actually also backed the Kickstarter for this one years ago. This left some people disappointed. It didn't wrap up the story, and it's for sure a little dated in its design, but at the same time, it's kind of what I wanted from a new Shenmue, so come here if you want some action adventure as it continues the story of Ryo on the hunt for his father's killer. Just know, it still doesn't wrap up the story, as I said, which is perhaps what annoys people the most. I think they were hoping here for just more than anything some closure. 80% off though makes this super budget, and it's the Deluxe Edition, meaning it throws in the season pass as well. Then Mafia 2 and 3, they are both on sale for 67% off. Great price, but these definitive editions, honestly, they didn't quite give the games the love they deserve, and they have their fair share of, problems, sadly. So think bugs, glitches, the visuals just don't have the polish you would hope for. But yeah, I wouldn't call them huge issues at the same time, and I do think it's been maybe a little bit blown out of proportion, because they are both still fantastic games that throw you into a Mafia world, and the settings, they are still unique to this day. I'm a big fan of the Mafia brand of, open world gameplay, and yeah, it has a whole lot of kind of heart, and while I would start with the great rebuild of the first game, initially, these are still going to be well worth a look. If you want story driven, then check out Batman the Telltale series Shadows Edition. I've played the games before, so I can tell you the story contained is fantastic. It bundles together the Telltale series and the Enemy Within, so that's like 10 episodes, but I've never actually played this build, so I'm going to be grabbing it too. It's basically, from what I understand, been remastered. They've added this new visual style known as Shadows mode, the usual brand of point and click adventure though that Telltale are now known for. But yeah, Batman fans, if you've never played this one, it is a must buy at 75% off, and they absolutely do the character justice. Middle-earth Shadow of War then is one hell of a use of the Lord of the Rings license, and while this was a sequel to Shadow of Mordor, you're not really missing much, honestly, because this game actually opens with a recap, ensuring anyone can jump in and play. But think here though, kind of like Assassin's Creed almost, a whole lot of acrobatics and traversal, but then the combat, it gives me almost Arkham Asylum vibes. It's got a free 4K upgrade then though for the cinematics, and you'll be looking to confront Sauron by taking down armies and bases. Great stuff though, well worth of this like 80% off. There's also then a deluxe edition with a ton of extra story content if you do want to go and spend a little more cash. We're closing out this week's video then with a roundup of Supergiant games, and while these are not new all-time low prices, they are more than worth your cash. We haven't seen them in a sale for a while, and at most they're no more than like $1 more, so it's not exactly breaking the bank. So first, Transistor with 75% off. It's an action RPG. It's the style that won me over with this one. It's almost kind of like Art Deco, but you'll be wielding as well what is a talking sword. It's actually a great story that I won't spoil, but it's the gameplay that's the highlight. It's not quite turn-based, honestly. It's got its kind of similarities though, as this world works on almost a grid-based system. And yeah, this is one of the best they've ever done, not that they have a bad game to their name. Our penultimate game of the week then, Bastion. This was Supergiant Games' first release, and it immediately put them on the map, establishing not only their ability to craft an incredible, action RPG, but also their unique visual style that almost looks like a painting in motion. Controlling the kid though, you're fighting for civilization's last refuge, but the story, it's all told by this mysterious narrator. Like all of their games then, it has an incredible soundtrack, and I will link a video below, which is a recent recording of all of their best tracks that you really should listen to. Like Transistor then, it's also rocking 75% off. So our winner of the week then before our final game, and it's going to Marion, who shouted out Donut County being a nice surprise, and it's for sure a fun one. It's just very kind of chill and an easy one to just pick up and play for small bursts. Still on sale though right now with 70% off, and it definitely comes recommended. Congrats so Marion, drop me an email to claim your code, and then everyone else, drop that comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video. So our final game of the week then, that is Pyre, and I feel like this may be Supergiant's least known title, but it absolutely deserves love. It's a real-time strategy experience. It has the usual, high quality visuals and music, but I think what really elevates this one is actually its story. You are the reader and you are overseeing these battles and taking part in like this ancient ritual, battling it out. Fantastic stuff. It's deep, but not overly complicated, and I hope this one gets a physical release as it absolutely deserves it. Slightly lower discount then for this one, 65% off, but I just don't think you can go wrong. And that is another week down. Will you be adding anything budget to the collection this week? I really, as I said, don't think you can go wrong with any of the Supergiant games here, even if they have been, very slightly lower in the past. With that though, as always then, thank you so much for watching. If this is content you enjoy, then hit subscribe, join our growing PlayStation family. We have deals videos here twice a week as well as reviews, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.